Hey everyone, I'm back this week with 3 breakfasts that I have been loving recently, and I think you'll love them too. So, let's get started. The first breakfast is going to be Kale Toast with roasted bell peppers and a tahini sauce. Now this sounds very fancy, but trust me, you can make this in about 15 minutes. First, we're going to toast our whole grain bread. You can do 1. Now we're going to take our kale and we're going to get it ready to microwave so that we can have it nicely steamed. I, for one, am a little bit lazy in the morning, so I typically tend to rip the kale apart, but you can chop it if you prefer to do it that way. We're gonna microwave this for 1 minute, which is the perfect length of time to get it nicely steamed. Now let's work on our tahini sauce. So for the tahini sauce, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of tahini to whatever we're mixing in. I personally like to use little jars. Then we're going to add enough water to make a thin sauce out of it. It's gonna thicken up in a minute when we add our lemon juice, which is pretty cool. So add about a teaspoon or 2 of lemon juice to this mix. Now to add just a little bit more flavor, we're going to toss in some onion powder and some garlic powder to taste. Now we're going to mess with our beans. You can take any type of beans except for garbanzo beans for this. Today I'm using black beans. We're going to put about ½ a cup into a bowl, mash it up, and then microwave that for about a minute so that it can be nice and warm as well. Finally, we are ready to be able to put our toast together. First, we're going to put our beans on top. Then our steamed kale. Now we're gonna add some store-bought roasted bell peppers. This is something I just discovered recently, and it is absolutely amazing. So we're gonna put that on top, and finally, we're going to add our tahini sauce over the top of all of it. Very simple, but very delicious. Now we're gonna be making our second breakfast, a sweet potato berry bowl. So for this, it's super simple, even easier than the last one. We're gonna start off by taking about half of a sweet potato, or however much you would want to have for breakfast, dicing it up, and then we're going to microwave it for up to 5 minutes to make sure that we can get all of the cubes nicely cooked and soft. Once you've done that, we are ready to plate it. We're gonna add some plant-based milk on top. Recently, I've been using this unsweetened hemp milk. It has a lot of calcium in it, which is really good. We're gonna pour that over the sweet potatoes. Now we're going to add in some berries. Today I'm using some strawberries and some leftover raspberries that I had, but you can use anything. My favorite is blueberries on top. And finally, it's not an Amy Kate breakfast without peanut butter. It sounds kind of weird, but it tastes really good together. Trust me, I think you'll like this one if you try it. So for our third and final breakfast, it's even easier than the last one. And this is homemade muesli. Muesli is a type of European cereal, which you can buy at the store, but it's fairly expensive, but it's so cheap to make it on your own. This one doesn't even really require a recipe. You can just kind of mix stuff together. Typically, I mix together granola. I also like to mix in raisins. You can mix in dried cranberries or any other kind of dried fruit that you like. And finally, we add in oats. This is what's gonna make up the bulk of your muesli. And it's actually really good to eat the oats without having to cook them. Once you've got that all mixed up, I like to store it in a jar like this so I can just keep it ready for me to pull out for a very quick breakfast. Typically when I serve this, I do it with plant-based milk again, the unsweetened hemp milk that I showed you before. Ground flax seeds for some omega-3 power. And fresh fruit, my favorite being blueberries, and you've got yourself a very healthy breakfast. Alright, so I really hope that you enjoyed these 3 breakfast ideas, and let me know if you want me to keep making little breakfast idea videos like this. All these recipes are over on my website with the link in the description box. And I hope that you always remember to love God, eat greens, get moving. See you in the next video, and enjoy.